Hello, welcome to White Birch Tarot. This is Lori. This reading is for Friday and Saturday and Sunday, kind of the New Year weekend, we'll say the 30th, 31st, and the beginning of January already. I can't believe it. I don't know about you, but I'm glad to see 2022 go out the door. Don't let the door hit your butt on the way out. Anyway, okay, I'm going to start out with a couple of quotes that I just found on my new calendar. I love these. This is from Mercury's retrograde, so anything can happen. And I can't talk. Ralph Waldo Emerson, he said, make the most of yourself, for that is all there is of you. Okay, that seems kind of obvious in a strange way. And I really like this, and I don't know this guy, Robert Freeman. He said, character is not made in a crisis. It is only exhibited. I love that, actually. I love that. Because sometimes you feel like, you think, oh my gosh, I could never have, how did I do that? Well, it was in you all along. So we're going old school tonight with the Rider-Waite Tarot. And I pulled them, but I haven't thought about them because, the longer you think about them, the more, I don't know. Anyway, so we got several in reverse, and I'm kind of feeling a lot of reversed energy in my head, so that kind of makes sense. But the first card I drew is the Lovers, which in this case, it's reversed, obviously. And this is the choice. So it can be a romantic situation, but it usually isn't. It can be, though. It's usually a decision where we feel torn in two directions, and we're not sure which way to go. And this just popped into my head, so I'm going to call this a channeled message that came in that said, don't forget that both can be true at the same time. It isn't always either or. It's usually both and. Okay, so we have some kind of a choice or a split feeling inside us right now. And then we get the Four of Cups in reverse. And the Four of Cups is emotional neutral. It's like keeping yourself to yourself and, kind of staying out of it, but it's in reverse. So I feel like you might be feeling a little bit, I'm using the word feel a lot, you might be feeling a lot of not contentious energy, but that's coming up later. I see a bunch of wands down there. You might be feeling a little not stable. And I'm not saying unstable. I'm just saying like your mind might be, your emotions and mind might be kind of going back and forth, and you don't really feel settled. That's what I'm trying to say right now. And then here comes the Knight of Swords. He's in reverse also. He's rushing in. This usually represents like an Aquarian thing, like an air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, or who did I leave out? Libra. This is, information coming in, or it could be a discussion with someone who's being stubborn or obstinate. This usually happens kind of suddenly, so you might be getting some information, or it could just be, like I said, a conversation with someone that just kind of pops up out of the blue. Even if you initiated, it might not go the way that you had anticipated. But then we get, this is actually a welcome sight to me, to see the Knight of Pentacles, because he's very stable and very steady. And this brings some groundedness to us, which I think we badly need right now. Even though there's so much energy in Capricorn, I didn't talk about the astrology. So right now the sun is still in Capricorn. And so are Mercury and Venus, and they are actually still conjunct, although Mercury just went retrograde, I think today or yesterday. So they're going to be separating. I kind of feel like they're dancing right now because I can't really call Mercury he, because he's a hermaphrodite, so he's kind of, a he, she. But he is going backwards, and Venus, she, is going forward, and they're together in Capricorn, at the end of Capricorn almost, and now they're starting to separate because Mercury's going retrograde, and they're approaching Pluto. Well, Venus is, because now Mercury's taking a step back. He probably took one look and said, I ain't going there. Pluto and Capricorn right at the end degrees, no, thank you. But she's brave enough. She's heading that way. So we may have a lot of relationship energy on our mind, and I feel like the relationships are going to be very important and very volatile in the next week or so, because we've got a full moon coming up in Cancer. We've got all this, you know, the strong Venus coming up to Pluto energy. So things, you may be ending out a cycle of some relationships or relationship with Venus coming up to Pluto. Pluto is often endings and transformations. So relationships can change. They can also end, and new ones can start also. So here's some nice grounded energy. He's bearing a gift of steadiness. So he's sort of like a counterpoint to this Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords are these ideas coming in like whoosh, like, oh my God, why don't we buy a trailer and, move to Mexico or whatever. I've just made that up. But and then the Knight of Pentacles, I'm sticking to the cards, I just put lotion on. The Knight of Pentacles moves in and says, oh, hold your horses, like literally, not so fast. But we need that. So this is telling us, don't get carried away by ideas that may not really hold the test of time. And with so much Capricorn energy, it's interesting that we would even have this, because although, let's see, Saturn's in Aquarius and Venus is heading that way, so we're heading for, and the Sun is heading that way. Oh no, he's not until like January 19th. That's a long ways off. Never mind, I didn't forget I said that. Then we have the Six of Pentacles. This is a really good card. This is giving and receiving. And this is a solid gift that you can take to the bank. It could be monetary, but it could also be, really anything that's genuine is the word I'm looking for. So even if it's a gift of just someone listening to you or whatever, it's a genuine giving and receiving. You could be the giver, but you could also be the receiver, because of the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like somebody might be bringing something in, and you might, get some unexpected good luck or even money. Wouldn't that be nice? Then we get the Nine of Cups, and this is sort of emotional satisfaction, which we haven't really had for a long time in our readings. So this is very good. This makes me feel more stable. We need this. This is, Jupiter's in Aries right now at the very beginning, and this kind of reminds me of that. And I need to memorize the, I don't know the astrology for each card, and I found it online, and I can't print it out. It's more difficult for me to memorize stuff online for some reason than when it's on a piece of paper, and I don't get that. But so we're having some emotional stability and some emotional instability. We're having some information come in and some ideas that are really not very practical, and then we're having some ideas come in that are very practical, that are going to slow us down. So it's kind of a mixed bag here. Let's see if we can clarify. Okay, now we get the Nine of Wands, and this is the card of being defensive. So I don't know why I'm getting lots of conversations here with other people. Interactions with others might be a little bit on the not so settled side. You might have a tendency to feel very defensive, or the other person, like if you broach a subject with someone else, they might be defensive. So watch out for that, because then we get, oh, this sweater keeps, no, you're too fuzzy, I'm getting you out of the picture. Then we get the Seven of Wands, which is clearly someone, this is clearly arguing. It's not like, a huge battle, but it is conflict. So overall, it looks like we need to be on our guard, because tempers can flare with Jupiter in Aries. And I feel like these cards are telling us to stay calm. Try to retain emotional neutral, although it's not going to be easy. You have a choice, and maybe the choice is simply in your emotions, but I think maybe it's bigger than that you're thinking about making a change and you're just not sure which way to go. I would say, stay calm, stay grounded, give as much as you receive. Let's clarify with some, how about some oracle cards? This isn't really going together too well tonight. There's a lot of mixed messages here, but you know, I mean, I just feel like with Pluto and Capricorn shaking all the foundations of everything, no wonder. And I swear, I might as well have bought a 5-card oracle deck because I keep drawing the same 5 cards over and over. No place like home again. You may be thinking about moving. You may not be feeling at home. And that could be in your house, literally. It could also be in your own skin. It could be in your relationships. You might just be feeling that restless spirit of, you know, this doesn't feel right. What can I do to make it better? I just get the feeling that we're searching for what feels like solidity, especially with Pluto entering the end degrees of Capricorn. That really shakes up what we rely on. Aha, a change in the wind. Yeah, there's something coming that we want to make a change, and maybe even whether we want to or not, I think we're going to get one. One more. I have to do one more. Let's see if the cards can give us any direction about how to navigate the change. Well, this is sort of enigmatic. Truth be told, go with your gut feeling. There's something about that card that reminds me. What is it? Why do these 2 cards remind me? There's nothing the same. The door is open and the light's coming out. I guess it's just the empty heart chakra. I don't know why this reminds me of that No Place Like Home, but they're not the same. So I'm not sure what I'm thinking of. But anyway, truth be told. So we're going to have to go with our gut here and maybe disregard our, not disregard your thoughts, but your thoughts may be a little hasty. And with all this fire energy, you might be a little quick to, quick to anger, and so might other people. So maybe kind of stick with your gut. I'm just going to pull a fairy card. No, I'm sorry, I did. The Queen of the Night. The Queen of the Night. Okay, she's not real trustworthy. Let me get out the book real quick and see what her deal is. I think she's kind of like the dark of the moon, but we just had the new moon, which I missed, by the way. I mean, I was alive, but I didn't. But, oh, okay. Well, this is better than I thought it was. Desire, yearning, inspiration. She's the embodiment of all longing. She is the endless night of desire that never thinks of morning, but not just physical desire. She can inspire you to write a poem, paint a picture, find a lover, all with the intensity of single focus. If you choose to ignore her, you may be haunted by the specter of what might have been. You'll never know whether the fragment of poetry you had in your head would become something complete, or how the images in your mind would translate onto canvas or paper, and you may never know if the person you desire could become your one true love, but you will be safe. If you choose to follow her, this queen will be your constant companion until you have fulfilled your desire. Only then will you be free of her. However, her gift of inspiration may not be what it seems. You may wake to find that the very thing you have created with such passion has turned to dross in the light of day. The poem, mundane. The lover, a loser. Will you risk it? Okay, it says, I suggest you draw one more card. If you draw the Prince of Light, then her inspiration will most likely lead you down creatively healthy paths. If you draw the Prince of Shadows, then beware of what the night holds. Okay, that's more what I thought she was. But okay, let's draw another one then and see. Interesting, because we started out with the choice, the Lovers in reverse. Is it going to go well? Is it going to go poorly? Let's find out. Okay. We get the Smith. Well, if this isn't a Capricorn card, I don't know what is. This is Hephaestus. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. The Greek little, well, actually, I don't know if he was little in Greek mythology, but here he definitely is. He's forging a new moon, or a sickle, and he's the smith under the ground who makes things, and he reminds me of Saturn, the god of time, who rules Capricorn, in which we have so many planets right now. So he's creating something, but slowly and with a lot of hard work. So how do these two go together? I'm not sure. That's very interesting. If you pursue your desires, it looks like you're going to have to work at it. But I don't know why I feel like fortune is on our side. Let me draw one of my new animal spirit cards and see what they have to tell us. Why is there one sitting out here by itself? Oh, because I drew it for myself the other night. Let me put it in the middle. It was right on the money, too. I had to laugh. Okay, two want to come out. We have grasshopper spirit. Take a leap of faith. Okay, so maybe write that poem. Pursue that lover. And we also have giraffe spirit. See the big picture. Interesting. Okay. See the big picture. So, okay. That kind of makes sense. That kind of makes sense. You know, no. Well, I don't know. This one wants to come out too. I don't know why we need three. Actually, 4 animals want to come out, but that's a bit much. But hey, it's a big night, so let's do it. I mean, we're almost at the end of the year. Crow spirit. Co-create with spirit. So when we go into our gut, which is truth be told, Queen of the Night. Where is she? Queen of the Night. When we go with our gut, we can co-create. All right, one more wanted to come out. What the heck? Let's do it. Bee spirit, sweet results await. Okay, so the Queen of the Night is asking us to take a risk, apparently. Go after what we desire. And it looks like it may be a very fruitful time to start a project, or to complete a project, or to follow your hunches and do something creative. And again, whenever I get, so we got take a leap of faith. And again, the faith tells me, like, connect with your, I'm just feeling this whole thing is connect with your gut. But, and watch out for other people's defensiveness. You may not need their opinion, unless you actually need, like if you're in a spot where you have to be diplomatic with someone because they've got the bank book or something, they hold all the cards, then yes, you have to be diplomatic. But maybe it's time for your truth to be told, and, their opinion be damned. I don't know. I'm just feeling that because it looks like there's going to be some people fighting back against you and you're going to feel defensive, but it seems like we need to tell our truth anyway. Why am I holding this up again? Oh, because it all started with this. It all started with, the fruit, the Garden of Eden, the choice. Are you gonna break free? Are you gonna follow it, or are you not gonna follow it? This appears to be telling us yes, but carefully. Don't do anything too quickly, because we've got the Knight of Swords in reverse, which is rushing in where angels fear to tread. Fools rush in, saying, where angels fear to tread. And he's more stable. So I would say, if you have some really radical ideas, that's okay, but just take your time with them. And it looks like some people may object, but stick to your truth, and Spirit will be with you, because we have leap of faith, and we have sweet results, and we have co-create with Spirit, and also we have see the big picture. So don't get caught up in the details. Okay, that was a little wonky, but not too bad, I don't think. So blessings. Thanks for listening. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button, and I will try to post more often. Kind of things got in the way. So good night, and I will talk to you later.